Now, if there is anyone who can stay positive and stay productive in a pandemic, it's Bif Naked. And Bif is working on a new album. She's going on tour. Bif, it's great to see you. Thanks for being here and welcome back.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, it's good to hear that you're making new music. We've all been living through some changes, though. But where are you right now?
So we've been in Toronto for the last couple of years, and as soon as we got here, the pandemic started.
Okay, so how has that affected things? You're still staying creative, but has it affected what you write, how you put your songs together?
Oh, definitely. I think that a lot of songwriters or writers or painters um, have been affected by the pandemic emotionally, creatively, obviously financially if you can't go and physically do your job. But for us, it's been really inspiring, and we've just been kind of stuck, shut in into the studio to really tinker and to modify and enhance the stuff that we're already creating.
Well, sure. Okay, and how would you characterize the new album you're working on compared to your older songs?
I hope that I evolve as a songwriter, obviously, every year. I have not put out a studio record in a number of years. And for me, this one, it felt like it had to be a champion album. And so the songs are definitely inspiring for me to sing and perform. And they were inspired by a lot of adversity over the last few years. So hopefully people will be able to relate.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have been experiencing some tough times. And you've always been very, very open about your past, challenges that you've faced, challenges that you've overcome. How do you continue to stay so positive?
Well, I think that everyone has a story. Basically, we're all, going through the lives that we live and just trying to make the best of things and do the best we can. People just want to be happy, feel cared about, and be able to succeed. And what that means is just be able to thrive in life. And that's not easy for anybody. So I always kind of downplay my story because I always know there's so many people that have a more harrowing life of misadventure than I do. How can we not stay positive? I'm always going to be that person that says the glass is half full no matter what. No matter what is happening, I could be falling, off a bridge. I'm still going to say, the air is beautiful here. Like I'll always find something good about any experience.
I love that. I love that about your posts on social media. They brighten my day personally. Do
I'm
you
so
feel that
happy.
once you start down that positive path, do you feel kind of an obligation to keep doing that? Because a lot of the feedback that you get in some of the threads is like, thank you, Biff. Thanks for being there for us.
I hope so, and I mean, just like anyone else, I have, I'm a human being. I'm very flawed, and I'm very, obviously, I react certainly to things that are negative. The news is really, sometimes it's really hard. No offense to any newsmakers or news broadcasters, but, sometimes when we read the news and it seems so daunting, and there's just so many challenges for people here in Canada and around the world. It's hard to stay positive. Even for me, if I'm having a day where I know that it's just, it's kind of depressing or feeling defeating after reading the news, sometimes I take a social media day off that day.
Good.
So it's never going to be forced that I'm going to be positive. But if I take a day off, either I have a headache because I'm a migraine person, or yeah, I can't fake it.
Good. You're human. You're human. And
Yeah.
people understand that. And I think in many ways that gives others that freedom. It's okay. It's okay. Just check out a little bit. Take care of yourself first. I think
That's
that
it.
it is important. So let's talk about planning a tour. What's it like planning a tour when you're dealing with restrictions and regulations still in flux? I mean, how's it going?
Well, over the last couple of years, we had one tour for Western Canada with an American band that was postponed time and time again. It kept getting pushed back by 6 months, by 6 months again, by 6 months again. And it just seemed like it would never happen. Finally, last fall it did. Last summer, we were able to play a couple shows in the prairies that were festival shows with bands like 5440, who we know, and the Trues. And it was really nice to see our friends and colleagues again. But it was short lived. And here we are. And, restrictions are back on. So to be able to come to Vancouver and play at my favorite place, the Rickshaw, is just a blessing. It is a gift. I've wanted to get back there since I last played there, which was 7 years ago. So this is a really big deal for us, and my heart is just exploding.
I love the sound of that too. And I hear you when you're saying, the ability to be on tour, connect with other musicians, your peeps, it's like this is what we love to do. And why is it like when you're actually on stage, the audience is there, you're about to just hit that first chord. What do you love about that whole experience of being on stage, performing?
Oh, it's cathartic. It's so cathartic. I mean, writing songs is very cathartic. It really helps you um, basically express your emotions, whether you're writing a love song or a song about unrequited love or whatever it is. When you're performing it, it's really being able to express that feeling on a million. You can finally let it out. And there's something that's very enriching about that. And not just for the performer, but also for the audience.
Right. Even if you can practice in your living room, it's still a limited space and a limited audience. I get it. Okay, you get that
Yeah,
instant feedback. Now, what I'd love to do
that's
here,
right.
I'd love to play a little bit of your latest song release. It's called Broke Into Your Car. Where were you going with this?
Well, ultimately, it's a love song. It's a song about trying to leave a memento for somebody that you're either in love with or have a crush on. And in no way is it intended to encourage anyone to break the law.
I love being able to touch base with you. All the best with your tour. We can't wait to see you later in February here in Vancouver. Biff, you take great care, okay?
Thank you, you too.